Hello everybody. I am now streaming. Okay, so this is going to be a quick little video. I've been working on projects that have made me dust off my ML SEO package that I have really developed not too long ago to modernize my SEO techniques. And one of the things I'm putting in there is a requirements file. So normally you don't even have to go in here. This is like a whole pip install thing, but I'm getting stuff in place. And so I figured one of the things I would do regularly is upgrade the pip installs. So how many times have you been in a Jupyter notebook and you realize your pips might be out of date? So it used to be that you could just do exclamation point pip list, but ever since this latest version, so if I try that, it's going to say access denied. So help about JupyterLab. I'm on standalone desktop version 3.3.4-2. So that's the latest, and I can show you that's the latest. I can try to check for updates. No updates available. And today is, I should know it, I said it about a zillion times, Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. So as of today, and you can see I don't even show the date. I try and get rid of all the distractions around here. And you now have to put a % in front of it. So if you put a % there, you can list all your pip installed packages, right? See everything that's installed. Unfortunately, Conda stuff gets installed. I still have to check out the licensing. I only want to abide by the Jupyter and the free and open source stuff here, but the stuff that tries to make you pay if you use it commercially, it's got to go. So it's not there because I want it there. It's there because it's part of the Jupyter install. So we got some licensing things to look at. Anyway, you can do pip list -o. So it's listing the outdated things. How much on my system since the last time I did this process has new versions is what it's saying. It takes a moment to do, and it's going to look much like the above listing, except instead of everything that's on your system, it's just going to be the stuff that needs updates. There we go. So here's the version that's installed. Here's the version that's the latest, and so on. And the type of install, most things are wheels these days, which is great. And in order to do a go back, the cell writes a requirements.txt file so you can instantly go back to your original old versions if you just dramatically break something. That oh, see, permission error. So I am probably doing things that are no longer allowed since the last version. I checked that upper stuff, but before I started streaming, I did not check the lower stuff. So where is the permission denied? Access denied. Yeah, so probably I'm doing a pip install. Oh yeah, it's the subprocess stuff. Oh, is it subprocess that they're locking the permissions down on? That would make sense. That's a kind of dangerous thing to do. So this might become a slightly different presentation than I had anticipated. I know how to deal with these types of things in general. So first of all, I don't want anything loaded except for this. It's still really loaded. You'll find the stuff stays as loaded kernels even when you close your notebooks, which is fine. If you open it again, it has its thing in memory there. But all we really want is the requirements one. So I'll close these other two. Then I'm going to close out of Jupyter entirely. Well, I'll stay for a moment. I'll do one save. And now I'll close it, because Jupyter remembers the state you left it off in. Now what I'm going to do, instead of just running it, I'm going to right-click it, and I am going to say Run as Administrator. Generally, when you have permission denied errors in these situations, you can just run as administrator, and you no longer have the permission denied problems. You have to do that one acknowledgement of going into admin mode. So Jupyter will momentarily be running in the context of the super user, the system administrator, or whatever they call it on Windows side. We don't really need this upper one. I'm trying to keep all my stuff NBDev compatible for autodocs and stuff. I'll talk about that stuff later. I don't have to rerun either of these things. None of that's going to be different just because I'm in admin mode. The only one that didn't run is this. There, done. So we wrote out a requirements.txt file. Let's see. Go to the file thing there. It's probably sitting here. Let's sort by last modified. There it is. I'll even pull it up. This is what was just written out. That's all the stuff that's been pip installed and the versions. So it's sort of a pinning concept here. We can go back, we can roll back if this next step foo-bars our system in any way. So this next step performs the upgrades. Without further ado, run it. You can see the little asterisk there. I missed the hourglass of when it was under a real web browser in Anaconda, because when you scroll that asterisk up, there's no indicator here that it's really running. They should put something, maybe replace this icon with a wait thing or an hourglass. And there's a very good chance we see no output until all these things get upgraded. And there's a lot of them, right? So all this stuff here, even Jupyter stuff. Look at all that Jupyter stuff. It looks like a full upgrade occurring. 3.3.4. Wait a minute. Version and latest, is it going to downgrade me from 3.3? Oh no, to 3.4.2. Sorry, I just was a little dyslexic there for a moment. But it does seem like it's going to be upgrading stuff underneath of me. I should do a before and after. This is help about Jupyter 3.3.4.2. Three, 4.2. So I guess I'll do a quit and load and see if 3.3.4. Just double check that again. Yeah, 3.3.4. See, 3.3.4. There's a chance that the next time I load this, it's going to be instead of 3.3.4, 3.4.2. But we'll see in a moment. Okay, we got our number back there. Oh no, we didn't. That was the requirements writing. It's still performing the upgrades. And there we go. We have some output. I do show output. Good, good, good. But no way of knowing if it's done. Except knowing the last one, it's going to upgrade. So we look up here. It's going to get up to widgets NB extension. Widgets NB extension is the last one. That's our indicator. And it looks kind of not pretty here because I'm not using a print statement around it. I'm just showing sort of the encoded stuff. So backslashes from the Windows paths become double backslashes. Upgrade, upgrade, lots of fun. Pip upgrades are almost done. I'll show you what the print command is that I'm doing that does that. I guess it is print. I'm printing the standard output, so I guess I'm not whatever, you know, HTMLifying it, neutral something. I don't know. The Jinja 2 templates. So it's only at J, it still has to get to W. I presume it's going alphabetically. JSON 5. So I print the standard out and the standard error. So here's the standard out, there's a standard error. Usually there's none on the standard error, usually and hopefully. Right, okay, so name of library, the standard out from the upgrade. And then the standard error. Could make it easier to look at. I guess that little B in front of it says it's in binary format. Probably just a conversion to a string or wrapping it in an F string statement would probably make it look pretty. What was that? That was Jupyter Server. What comes next? JupyterLab. I'm glad I can bring you such exciting videos. Matplotlib. Mistune. Now this is one that actually breaks things in some of the stuff I do when that gets upgraded. So sometimes I roll this one back in particular. NB client. NB dev. Good. Always glad to see updates to that. I'm waiting for certain things to improve. NB format. It is formatting related things I'm waiting to see improve. So hopefully this has some of the stuff I'm waiting for. Pillow. I mean to do a lot more with Pillow. It's getting close. OMNOP. Pip itself. PyE. I don't even know what that one is. I should Google some of these as I go to know, because it was a requirement for something else when I don't recognize the name. If I didn't pip install it myself, it's something that got installed as part of something else. Pygments. Gotta love this Python community naming convention. PyParsing, that's straightforward. PySlugify, Python Slugify. I put that in recently for my slice and dice system, my blog slice and dice system. This is what turns URLs into nice URLs. PyWin32, QtPy, user interface stuff. RFC something, I don't know. Rich, the ever more popular console formatting program to make the command line interface pretty. I'm using it more and more. One of the things they tout in the Talk Python to Me podcast that I've actually bought into, I'm like, okay, yeah, not everything is just fad and fashion. Setup tools, a staple. Soup sieve, that probably has to do with beautiful soup, I would imagine. Terminato probably has to do with Tornado. TLD extract, one of my favorites to get the registered or top level domain out of a URL. Traitlets, and there's getting, so that's the last one. That's a big one. And so if we scroll all the way back up to look at the asterisk on the cell that's executing, that should be no longer an asterisk there. Upgrade all packages, that's done. So I can collapse the output and just make it so that we scroll down here. And now we execute the, oh, this one won't work. I don't think it, oh yeah, we're admin now, so you can use exclamation points instead of the percent signs. The percent signs is a way to do some of these command line type things without admin level privileges. But I suppose once you have admin level privileges, you can use exclamation points just as well as percent signs. And these are the only ones that are still in need of upgrade, which is fine. The ones that were held back are the ones that needed to be held back to keep stuff compatible. Because you can see here, this is where I specifically roll things back. And yeah, let's see our Python version. I'm still on 3.8.13. I learned how to get myself onto 3.10, working with Nat on Maxim, one of these math visual of it, Manim, working on this math visualization package. We installed it on the very latest Python 3.10 installed from python.org. And because we got Manim working under command line Python 3.10, and this kind of stuff lives well in Jupyter, doing experimental stuff, we got Python 3.10 working under this version of JupyterLab Desktop Edition with virtual env and the IPy kernel install stuff, registering new IPython kernels. I'm not going to turn this video into that, but suffice to say, we just upgraded all the things that have been pip installed on this system. So I will be doing another video soon, because I used to do a number of different pip installs. I had essentially a requirements.txt that I would, install everything from each time I upgraded my Jupyter desktop, my JupyterLab desktop, because your environment didn't come along with you. It nuked your alt environment. But it doesn't have to now that I understand how to use the IPython kernel stuff that use virtual envs with desktop JupyterLab. So that video will be coming soon. I'll just wrap this one up as kind of a mission accomplished on upgrading all your pip installs under JupyterLab. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you in soon, and don't forget to subscribe.